Welcome back to Top Quotes by Top Guns, the channel where we dive deep into the words that inspire, ignite, and immortalize the greatest athletes and icons. I'm your host, Quote Guy, and today we've got a story that's straight out of a Hollywood script, but it's real, raw, and revolutionary. We're talking about Alysa Liu, the 20-year-old figure skating sensation who retired at 16, faced burnout, espionage, and doubt, only to make the most improbable comeback in sports history. She didn't just win gold at the 2026 Milan Cortina Olympics. She ended decades-long droughts for Team USA, hugged her rivals on the podium, and dropped one of the most iconic quotes ever. That's what I'm fucking talking about. This episode is all about overcoming challenges, making a comeback not for money or fame, but for pure joy, passion, and humanity. We'll break down every hurdle Alysa faced before retiring, her hiatus that rebuilt her soul, the skepticism she shattered, her medal haul that rewrote US skating history, and how she embodied the Olympic spirit with grace and embrace. Buckle up. This is a 40-minute deep dive packed with her top quotes that'll fire you up to chase your own passions. Let's skate into it. Alysa Liu burst onto the scene like a comet. At just 13, she became the youngest US national champion in figure skating history. But behind the triple axels and spotlights was a kid carrying the weight of the world. Starting skating at age 5, Alysa was homeschooled, isolated, and training relentlessly. No normal childhood here, folks. As she put it in a 2026 60 Minutes interview, I ice skated every day when I was 13-14, so it was a very abnormal childhood. Especially as a kid, you don't really know what you want. Skating feels more like a responsibility, or a burden even. Imagine that, a tween treating elite sports like a full-time job. The pressure mounted as she qualified for the 2022 Beijing Olympics at 16. But burnout was creeping in. Alysa later revealed in a Dying to Ask podcast, "I was done a year before I quit. I knew I wanted to be done way before I actually announced my retirement." She hated the sport during Beijing, feeling trapped and detached. In another raw reflection on 60 Minutes, "I wanted to do good programs, but I was like, I made it. This is it. Nothing can affect my mood." She finished 6th, a solid debut, but the mental toll was immense. Alysa craved human connection, friends, and freedom. As she told NBC News, "I started skating when I was 5, and I basically didn't stop until 16, and I was homeschooled my whole life, and I'm a very social person. I crave human connection. And I was living by myself for many years, no family, no friends around, all for the sake of training." These quotes hit hard, right? They scream the theme of our episode. Challenges aren't just physical, they're emotional. Alysa wasn't chasing fame, she was surviving a system that burned her out. But wait, there's more, a geopolitical thriller thrown in. Now, this is where Alysa's story turns into a spy novel. Before the 2022 Beijing Games, Alysa and her father, Arthur Liu, a political refugee from China's 1989 Tiananmen Square protests, were targeted by Chinese spies. The FBI warned them of a surveillance operation aiming to intimidate and gather info. One guy posed as a US Olympic official to snag their passports. Alysa, just 16, had extra security in Beijing, escorts everywhere. She even had a creepy encounter with a stranger inviting her to his apartment post-skate.
A little bit freaky and exciting. You know what I mean? It's so unbelievable. Like, imagine finding that out at such a young age. In a weird way, I was like, am I like in some prank show? Like, is this world real? I must be some movie character.
This wasn't just pressure, it was danger. Tied to her dad's activism, it added trauma to her Olympic debut.
What if they just keep an eye on you? I have no idea, actually.
This challenge tested her humanity, showing how external forces can crush passion, but Alysa skated through it, proving resilience is key. After Beijing and World's Bronze, Alysa dropped the mic in April 2022 with an Instagram post. "Hey, so I'm here to announce that I am retiring from skating. A lot of good and a lot of bad, but that's just how it is. I've made so many friends and so many good memories that I'll have for the rest of my life." She called it one of her best decisions ever, telling Time magazine, "Quitting was definitely, and still to this day, one of my best decisions ever. I just had to try a bunch of other things, and at the time, I thought the only way for me to do that was to leave because I really felt trapped and stuck." And in the real Alysa Liu YouTube interview, "I really want to quit, and that's exactly what I did." At 16, she chose mental health over medals, a powerful message, step away for joy, not fame. For 2 years, Alysa lived her best life, trekking to Everest Base Camp, getting her driver's license, road trips, enrolling at UCLA for psychology, skiing with friends. She detached her worth from skating, as she reflected, "I've been through so many midlife crises, and I'm, like, 20. This break was about humanity, reconnecting with herself and others, proving passion reignites when you prioritize joy. In March 2024, Alysa announced her return. "It was good for me to take time off from skating, and I am beyond excited to begin skating again with my newly found perspective," but everyone was skeptical. Even her coach warned of failed comebacks like Gracie Gold or Michelle Kwan. Physical readjustment was brutal after years off. Alysa shifted her mindset, skating for fun, controlling her music and style. As an Instagram reel captured, she competed from joy, not pressure, not fear, not approval. That's the difference, boor. She told Quao, "I'm okay if I do a fail program. I'm totally okay if I do a great program. No matter what the outcome is, it's still my story." And to the athletic, "Whether I beat them or not is not my goal. My goal is just to do my programs and share my story." This comeback wasn't for gold, it was for passion. And boy, did she deliver. Since 2024, gold at 2025 Worlds, ending 19-year US drought, gold at 2025-26 Grand Prix final, and at 2026 Olympics, team gold and individual gold, ending 24-year gold drought, 20-year medal drought. 2 Olympic golds, as ESPN noted. "The vibes are so different now, I have such a different team and I treat myself differently, I'm older and I've learned so many lessons." She revitalized US skating, showing comebacks fuel national pride through joy. At the 2026 podium, Alysa hugged Japan's Kaori Sakamoto, silver, and Ami Nakai, bronze, lifting Nakai in joy, pure sportsmanship. She embodied USA's spirit, grace under glory.
After her flawless free skate, she yelled to the camera, "That's what I'm fucking talking about." Celebrating joy over everything.
As she told Time, "I don't think anything is going to be hard about the Olympics. What is there to lose? Every second you are there, you are gaining something." Alysa's story screams, overcome challenges, make comebacks for joy and passion, not money or fame. Embrace humanity, hug your rivals, share your story. If she can face burnout, spies, and doubt to win gold on her terms, you can too. Hit like, subscribe, and drop your favorite comeback quote below. This is Quote Guy signing off. Remember, that's what we're fucking talking about. Peace.